Here we are at Clarke Auction previewing June the 5th sale. That's this Sunday. Previews Thursday, Friday and Saturday prior to the sale from noon to 6 p.m. We've been cowled cowboys every now and again, so here we are, just proof of the fact that there are still cowboys in Larchmont. We have this wonderful life-size horse signed on the base. Illegibly, we weren't able to work it out, but there's a good photograph of the signature at clarkeny.com. Okay, we also have this beautiful figural fountain, possibly Fisk. Got a lot of age to it from the outside, bit of damage there. We have this fountain. Damage seems to be a pro today. We have a little bit of damage in the back of this fountain. It's bronze, but nice, good size. This nice, heavy, good time of the year for this outdoor set. Table and 4 chairs. Victorian bench. Nice pair of heavy-duty chairs. So without further ado, let's get in out of that 90-degree weather outside. We are loaded this sale, so we're going to go nice and slow through it all. Okay, we have lots of good use furniture. This pair of giltwood chairs, nice with the scroll arms. We have this 20th century sort of faux finished, faux Venetian cabinet. Here we have a large polychrome figure, Santos. Good big size. Right here, beautiful center table. Nice bronze mounts, nice patina, gold claw feet, marble top. Sitting on top of this Royal Worcester Taza. Nice big size that. We have a pair of Baker upholstered chairs here. Actually quite comfortable. Good for staying for your privacy. We have a pair of little neoclassical, I would call them, style benches here with the scroll arms. Nice original upholstery. Here, one of a few pairs of great lamps we have. Wonderful patina on these, beautiful rouge marble. The quality of the bronze work is great. Nice big size pair. I believe estimated 2,000 to 3,000. They're seated atop a pair of tables here. Beautiful pair of tables, brass inlay. Couldn't find a signature on them, but figured they're probably from the 70s or something like that. Okay, we're moving in the main room. Prior to going in there, we'll have a quick look at this Blackamoor. Good big size. Nice polychrome on it, nice painting. Here we have a large marble figure. It's been outside, so slightly weathered, but nice big size. Look at that. Okay, into the main room. As you can see, we are loaded, so we're going to try and get through this slowly but as quickly as possible. We have lots of cut glass stemware. We have lots of porcelains. These are Minton. We have a nice pair of bronze sconces, good big size. Hard to tell the size on our website. We'll go along the top here. We have a pair of glass lamps there. We have a pair of these, actually solid glass, very heavy Art Deco with bronze mounting pair of lamps. A pair of urn throne lamps. 2 pairs of Seb's porcelain lamps. Old restoration on them, hence the reason why they're putting 2 pairs. KPM urn, pair of pineapple bronze lamps, brutalist lamps, figure lamps. That's a bookend, Seb's porcelain, Meissen, I believe. And moving along here, as you can see, we have clocks, Seb's. We have a nice little collection of antique cups and saucers there. Cabinet boxes. I believe these are probably Dome or one of those. Royal Paris porcelain, mid-century items. These little porcelain figures are Gustavsbergs. Then we have nice baccarat down here, large baccarat. We have obelisks. Down here we have a great collection of clocks and mechanical instruments there. This is what they call a world clock. We have this is, I believe, by a guy called W. Perkins, sort of a planetarium clock. We have bronze figures, lots of bronze sculpture and say, once again, my old Irish memory, you'll have to go to clarkeny.com. But up here, these are extra nice, and they have the base plates on them. Look at the animal top. These are Palissy Majolica, nice with the underplate. This is a piece of Majolica's George Jones. These fish plates they look like Worcester or Minton. We have a nice collection of boxes, tea caddies, figural clocks, Seb's, bronze clock garniture set there. Look at the big size of that French set with the pair of urns, another pair of garniture set here, more clocks there. Okay, moving right up here, we're going to get into a bit of the furniture. These are bronze lamps. These are a nice big size, very heavy, nice patina. These are Giacometti style. Sitting on top of a Harvey Prober set. This is by Berlini. We have 3 bronzes by Berlini in the sale. This is one of the more solid ones. Here we have a pair of neoclassical style mirrors. As always, we have Stickley Audi in the sale. Stickley Audi table and chairs. On top, that's Sergio Bustamante. Beautiful piece, but as is. More mid-century rosewood here. Nice bronze sculpture here. This is signed, once again, ClarkeNY.com. Moving right along, we have this set here is very interesting. It's by Robin Day, an English mid-century designer. Really super set. Look at the nice lines on it, nice two tones in colors. It comes together with a table with the ebonized base, 6 chairs. You can see another Berlini sculpture on top of this. I believe it's called Man in a Box. We have lots of used furniture. We have a pair of these nice bow front commodes. We have this Erte bronze. This pair of Italian, sort of, I would call them, don't know what I'd call them, torchieres lamps, but they're glass. Here we have some used furniture. We have this inlaid and marble top cabinet. We have quite a few of them. This cabinet is by Falser, Danish, nice with the tambour. Look at the color of the wood there. As you like it. Moving right along, more used furniture, marble top, fire screens. We have a wonderful pair of these marble top pedestals, nicely carved, with the swags and the acorns on them. Just before we slip along, we have a set of Tempestini, these chairs here. I believe we have a set of 6 or 8. Check the website once again. More L&J Stickley, Baker table and chairs. Georgian cabinet here. Pair of Asian horseshoe back chairs, I believe they're called. Carved consoles. A lot of Asian highly carved pieces, probably Japanese, nice with the Fu lions. We've got some great lighting, some of the best lighting we've had. We have this sconce here, nice with the crystals and the little putti, or the cherubs holding them there. This also very heavy duty with the figures here. Came from the same house as one of the favorite things in the sale is this pair of porphyry marble. Don't quote me on it. Wonderful bronze work. Look at the figures here. Very detailed on the rouge marble, and then here. Pair of those, a top of Brutalist table, mid-century style rocker, leather elephant, mid-century nesting tables. This set is back in the sale due to a bidder that didn't pay us, but wonderful set here. Just check the site again, by Fritz Hansen, I believe. We have this Asian low table here. Right on top of it is look at the size of this, it's got stone and gilt metal. It's signed, Brutalist sculpture. This is by Berlini, this is one of the 3. Good big size, look at that. Once again, ClarkeNY.com for details. Lots of carpets in the sale that Kenny will get it. I'm going to focus this clock. It's a big clock. We have the presentation case. It's a Seiko. Okay, running around the block, we have a beautiful leather Chesterfield, a pair of Carl Springer mirrored planters. They came out of Park Avenue where all the Lalique was the last sale. We have this great pair of horseshoe back chairs, very heavy, finely carved Chinese chairs. We have Chinese porcelain seats. This is very rare. Look at the good big size. Once again, it's good to see it like this because you don't see it on the website this size. It's called an aquarium clock, we believe. Up here we have another pair of Asian style mother of pearl inlaid chairs. We have this guy in the middle, good big size. It's not a figurehead, but it was on a ship, we believe, on the side. Nicely carved, all original. We have this nice, it's not marble, but it's terracotta, I believe, with a finish on it. Then these chairs are very comfortable, sort of George Bush style, George Smith style chairs. And I love this coffee table, mid-century, nice with the banding, the brass feet. Edison, French settee. This comes as 2 pairs of obelisks. Look at the size of these, because I'm sure you won't know that, but these are a great pair, very decorative, good at any house. We've got campaign style tables, mid-century style chairs, coffee tables. We've got this fire surround, more Japanese carved. This table here came from 57th Street. Just want you to get in underneath and have a look at the gilding on that and the work on the side of it. Great quality, nice, heavy, sturdy table. Okay, here we have George Nakashima. Beautiful with the 2 tones, got the burl walnut, it's a slider, all signed and marked. In good shape. Look at the different grains and tones, nice shape on the slab top. Back in due to a bad bidder. I believe it was some crowd in the West Coast called possibly Rumi, I won't mention their name, but anyway, back in the sale. We have sets of used furniture chairs. Over here we got Art Deco chandeliers, bronze chandeliers, mid-century, figural tables, leather chairs. And this set here is Horner. This used to be the bee's knees in its day. It's still the bee's knees, but not overly desirable. We've got it highly carved with the lions and the claw feet. The table, I believe, is 4 leaves. The sideboard, 8 chairs. Over there, we've got a Georgian highboy, triple pedestal mahogany table. We have mirrors. Lots of Coca-Cola memorabilia in the sale. All large size Coca-Cola, good decoration for a bar or restaurant. Here we have the Fritz Hansen chair and Ottoman, as is, but nice original chair. More Coca-Cola. We have wicker, we have Trumeau mirrors, more Trumeau mirrors. Coca-Cola behind here again. We have the screen sort of in the style of Ames. Nice harvest table here. French console. More mid-century here, mid-century chairs up there. More Coca-Cola. We're going to whip you around here. We have this 18th century Italian coffer. We have this sort of Parzinger style leather top. I'm bringing you down here because I want you to have a quick glimpse of this Cappuccino Maker just to get an idea of the size of it. If you could get this working, it would be great. Looks like someone's done a lot of work on the front of it, so possibly could be good for a local restaurant. We got filing cabinets. Now we're going to head back into the main room and bring ourselves down the finish line. Okay, as we move along mid-century tables, we have 2 Steinways in the sale, not 1 but 2. This is a Model S. Nice shape, nice ebonized case. This came from 72nd Street. Here we have a wonderful pedestal table. Pair of mid-century leather chairs. Look, have a sort of Brazilian look to them. And here we have another Steinway, this time a Model M. Sounds good. This one came from the city also somewhere, and we have lots of porcelains, B&G, Roseville, Majolica. Okay, and lest we forget, one of my favorite things in the sale, I nearly forgot to put it in, but here we have, lot number 154 is a Roman marble torso. This torso came from an estate in Stamford. The estate, the family were quite big antiquity collectors, and they were gifted this in the 60s by an Iranian antiquity dealer. Quite well known. And I believe the estimate of 1,015 is conservative. It's nice and rare and it's good size, as you can see. Thank you. Once again, we'll see you at the sale. Previews Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, noon to 6 p.m. Sale Sunday starts at 10 a.m. clarkeny.com. 3 bidding platforms also. Thank you.
Hi, and welcome to the June 5th auction preview of Asian Arts. We're going to start here with a selection of artwork. You can see we have a collection of 20th century signed Japanese prints, mostly of theater actors and geishas. We have 2 Japanese print triptychs, a beautiful carved giltwood panel, really intricately designed with warriors on horseback. It's really quite nice. There are detailed shots on our website. And here we have an absolutely beautiful antique Chinese painting on silk of 2 robed ladies, and is potentially 17th or 18th century and attributed to the artist Du Xiao. We'll come back here with a grouping of porcelains and other Asian arts. This is absolutely stunning. This is from a Queen's estate, and this is a Chinese famille verte rouleau vase, and you can see just the absolute wonderful intricacy to each of these panels. So there's various panels, no 2 are the same, but what's really nice is this ground, which is called Fisheye Crack. You can see through the bottom. Unfortunately, it is drilled, but it's an absolutely beautiful example, and this is estimated at $800 to $1,200. Collection of Chinese famille verte rooster plates. So you can take a look here. There's 5 roosters to each plate, and here's the underside. These are estimated at $300 to $500. Grouping of amber necklaces. This is probably copal, but these are both amber. We have the beautiful butterscotch amber, and then this is cherry and butterscotch. Some more jewelry. We have a pair of silver enamel Chinese wedding bracelets from I believe Dobbs Ferry estate at $300 to $500. Collection of carved bangles and a carved salmon coral figure of a wise man. Really quite nice, petite in size but very well carved. We have these 2 lidded boxes with yellow ground, quite nice. A nice blue and white vase here with phoenixes and flowers. Again, here's the underside. We have this blue and white brush pot with horses and different animals and waves and clouds. So kind of these mythical beasts, which is nice. We have this Japanese Cloisonne vase. So it is signed to the underside, and you can see the floral decoration, which is quite nice in this beautiful green color. 2 Chinese amber necklaces, large in size. You can see in comparison to my hand that they're really quite a nice size. Again, from our Queen's estate, so the same estate as our Fisheye Crack vase. This is Famille Verte with scenes of figures in a landscape, nice age, and an unusual form. So just a really nice shape, and this again is from our Queen's estate. These came in on one of our Walk-in Wednesday appraisal days, so it's Chinese Famille Rose, but you can see there's kind of an unusual, kind of an unfinished glaze to the body of these vessels, but they're decorated with food dogs and dragons and foliate, but really quite nice in the decoration, and this is beautifully done. And you can see it is drilled through the base, both are. We have a pair of 20th century Cloisonne cranes, really decorative and beautifully done. These are at $300 to $500. We have this table screen, so the wood frame with the fitted base, and this an erotic scene with a tiger, again at $300 to $500. A collection of snuff bottles with additional images of each, with the additional images of the bottom of each of these. So just a nice collection, and this is at $400 to $600. We have a Chinese silver enamel decorated lidded pumpkin or gourd form vessel or box with these coral and turquoise cabochons. Really quite nice at $400 to $600. We have these 2 pieces from a Dobbs Ferry estate. So we have this Chinese Famille Rose bowl. So again with figures. You see the underside with this nice fitted base, and then the smaller dish here. 3 vases, 1 lot. So Chinese Famille Rose, a blue and white lidded jar with foo dog, and then this one's lovely. So it's Chinese Famille Verte, and this has the blue souffle ground, which is nice. And there's a seal stamp and a double ring mark to the bottom. We have these 2 paintings of cranes. Came in from a woman on our Walk-in Wednesday appraisal days. There is an inscription, so each are signed, and there's an inscription on the back that identifies the artist as, I believe, Kano Senseki, and it says it's from 18th century. So this is attributed to that artist. I don't know for sure, but the 2 are together at $400 to $600, and they're very beautifully done, beautiful detailing. Pair of Cloisonne double gourd vases, so cute little vases with the tops that come off and the fitted bases. These 2 are together. We have this nice Famille Rose jardiniere here with the fitted base. Unfortunately, there is a foot missing, so we have a missing portion here, but it's beautifully decorated, really quite a nice attention to detail with birds and flowers, and it is signed to the underside. A pair of Cloisonne quatrefoil jardinières with the carved stone flowers. These 2 are together at $1,000 to $1,500, and they also have the wonderful dragon form handles. Or I'm sorry, these are phoenix form handles, but really quite nice enamel work. Here we have a collection of Asian items. So we have this framed plaque with scholars items that is signed, a cinnabar plate, carved rooster finial, a little carved carnelian pig, I guess, and then this bronze elephant. Here we have a carved jade water buffalo with boy on a fitted stand, really very heavy, so I'm not going to lift him up, but he's really well carved, nice color variations in the jade. We have a collection of blue and white, so various items from a Manhattan estate. We have a attendant, some vases, a bowl, a blue and white plaque, so really quite nice. And moving on to some more artwork, we have these 2 paintings, and these are attributed to Liang Boyu. So they are both signed. This is pretty typical of his work. They are attributed to, but I do believe them to be right. They're both signed, quite nice. Would look beautiful framed. We have this watercolor of a gentleman. It is signed. I'm just going to move this over for a moment, but it is lot 294. So it is signed in the upper right-hand corner, and just a nice little watercolor of a man. So this here is by Kiyoshi Saito. And this says design made in 1954, printed in 1955. A nice little cat here. This came in, and actually another thing that's interesting is, I'll just turn it over, you can't really see, but this is the original folio that it came in. So it identifies the maker on the exterior of this paper folio, which is nice. Haven't seen one before, so it was interesting. And so here we have another Japanese woodblock print, and this one is by Shio Kasamatsu, which is also quite nice, of the roofs here, and this is estimated at $300 to $500. And if we just turn around real quick, we're just going to touch on a few pieces of furniture. We have this lovely pair of carved wood chairs. So there's a cushion to the seat, but there's mother of pearl inlay, and then these very nice bird and flower panels that are carved into the back. So really a nice attention to detail. A beautiful orange Chinese jardiniere or fishbowl. Nice color, unusual, and there's cutouts to the stem of the base, which is nice also. We have this pair of hardwood stands. Came from a Long Island estate, estimated at $400 to $600, but they're really quite nice, heavy. And then if you just spin around, we're going to take a look, just touch briefly. A beautiful pair of carved wood chairs. What makes them quite nice is their horseshoe back panels, and then this panel here with the carved kind of scholars items, a bat, some other items here. These are estimated at $800 to $1,200. The pair of red lacquered garden stools are accompanied by this beautiful sideboard or chest and jade poles. So these are quite nice. And then last but not least, we're going to end here with this pair of garden stools. So these are Fami Rose, nice size. One has a blue ground, one has a black ground, but they're well matched to one another and quite nice. And last but not least, we're going to end here with this 4-panel inlaid Chinese screen. So you can see here that each of these panels are decorated with flowers, and they're carved stone or jade. And there's also scholars items. So there's censers, there's bowls, flowers, etc. But the attention to detail with the mother of pearl inlay here is also quite nice. And this is estimated at $1,000 to $1,500. And that wraps it up for our Asian selection for the June 5th sale, and we hope to see you there.
Hello everyone, let's start off with the rugs today, and the very first one is going to be this wonderful vintage and finely hand-woven Chinese carpets. Just look at these birds. We have 2 different varieties of birds, a potential peacock and some type of variant of a songbird. There's also lanterns, beautiful flowers, lovely green color with a cream border. Perfect for springtime, ladies and gentlemen, in this fine springtime auction. And now we have a vintage and finely hand-woven carpet here. Just look at this unique and intricate pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 medallions, ladies and gentlemen, in this carpet. That's what I'm calling them. We have 15 medallions. Each one's different, unique in its own way, just like a snowflake. Very lovely. And here we have a spectacular palace-sized carpet. This is a very formal and intriguing rug, set with very deep colors and tones. A serious rug at that. And here we have a very lovely and traditional Art Deco Chinese hand-woven rug. We have a few Chinese rugs in this upcoming auction, so be sure to check them all out at our website, clarkeny.com, to view all of our amazing rugs, not just our Chinese deco carpets. This carpet here has a beautiful golden central field, surrounded by a mauve border and green with lovely flowers. Always a splendid floral motif can be found in Chinese carpets. This next carpet hails straight out of South Central Iran. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a vintage and finely crafted Kerman carpet. Just look at this broad palette of colors and the exceptional tensile strength found throughout Kerman carpets. And now we have a spectacular carpet. This carpet is spectacular because of this beautiful central medallion that's slightly obscured right now. But look at this very intricate painted red field. Very beautiful with this blue central medallion. Excellent carpet. Well, it appears I can't get out of the hood because here we are back in South Central Iran. Just look at this Kerman carpet here. Beautiful cream color, beautiful flowers. Look at that blue. Very soft blue, almost an eggshell blue. Truly wonderful, certainly brightens up any home. And now we have a wonderful runner. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you out there, you love these runners. They are wonderful and spectacular in every such way. Just look at these colors here. You have a beautiful shade of coral, a beautiful shade of blue, mixed in with a little bit of green, quite lovely. All right, and here we have a vintage and finely hand-woven carpet yet again, but this one's special because look at that central medallion. Very, very lovely medallion. This one also has a very, very vibrant color pattern. Just look at that blue and that pink. It's almost a fuchsia at that. There's also some green incorporated here and some lovely, lovely flowers adorning the central medallion. And now I will share with you a truly beautiful carpet. This carpet is as beautiful as the Caspian Sea, where it hails from, in East Azerbaijan. Just look at this carpet, ladies and gentlemen. We have some wonderful figural elements, pictorial elements, a number of beautiful things here. So much to see, just like in East Azerbaijan and the Caspian Sea. And here we have a very interesting and unique antique and hand-woven carpet. What I love about this carpet is this beautiful deep brown central medallion here with this wonderful cream blue mixed in. There's almost a hint of a lime green or a gold. I'm kind of on the border with the color. However, it's just remarkable. Truly makes an impact. And now for something on the smaller side, how about this painted Saruk? Very lovely, great size. And next to it, we have another wonderful antique and finely hand-woven carpet. This carpet has some excellent green markings in the center. They're almost X's. Very intriguing carpet. And last, and certainly not least, an antique and finely hand-woven prayer rug. This prayer rug contains the color green, and as we know, the color green is very important in the Islamic culture. You see, green was the color of the flag of the Fatimid Caliphate, the last of the four Arab caliphates. And during the Crusades, the Islamic soldiers wore green. And in here, we can see various shades of green, right here surrounding the central medallion. Truly an exceptional carpet, ladies and gentlemen. Any collector would be after this. Well, that just about wraps it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you here June 5th, 10 a.m. at Clarke Auction. Thank you kindly and all the best.
Hi, Will Schweller here to walk you through some of the highlight lots in Clarke Auction's June 5th sale. Starting with this somewhat unusual but really interesting work by Robert Guathme. Guathme, famous for his depictions of these sort of angular modernist figures working in the fields, but here we've got, this detail sort of sums up his style of depicting figures. We've got an individual piloting a helicopter. Work comes from a house up in Connecticut, so I have to wonder if there's a connection to Sikorsky, which is based up there. But in any event, a really nice, interesting Guathme piece with a $1,500 to $2,500 estimate. To its left, from a collection over in Pound Ridge, we've got a great lithograph by the Mexican modernist master Ruffino Tamayo. This work's titled El Coyote, depicting a coyote howling at the moon. Really great example of Tamayo's printed work. His lithographic technique, you really see the sort of layering of colors here that's trademark of his works. I think a really great print. Being sold with a $2,000 to $3,000 estimate. Above it, we've got a personal favorite of mine in the sale, a great oil on paper by the preeminent American female abstractionist Emily Mason. This work's from 1982 and it's titled As Sounding. Comes from a local collection with a $4,000 to $6,000 estimate, framed quite nicely here behind glass. I really love these just vast passages of almost still negative space and color, juxtaposed with this real gestural passage down here, kind of in the lower left corner. I think the composition's really well balanced, a really nice piece. Moving along, we've got a great color etching by James Rizzi, the sort of pop artist famed for his colorful, exuberant city scenes. Here we've got really crowded city street, people walking, buses, cars, and these fun buildings with apples. Of course, to symbolize the Big Apple, comes from another local collection with a $600 to $900 estimate. Above it, we've got a pair of paintings grouped together as one lot. Bit of a mystery here. They are, as you'll be able to maybe pick up in the video, but we'll certainly be able to pick up in our catalog, signed in the lower right, but have not been able to make out the signature. but I think they're a really nice pair of mid-century abstracts, great palettes, reds and pinks, being sold together as one lot with a $500 to $700 estimate. To its left, sort of in a very different vein, we've got a large-scale winter carriage scene by the Russian artist Peter Konstantin Stojino. Comes out of a Tarrytown collection. Just really marvelous details here. We've got the horses chomping at the bit, running through the snow, figures merrymaking on the back, and I really like this guy here. So excited he's firing off a pistol. The artist is known for these carriage scenes, winter scenes, and this particular example is being offered with a $4,000 to $6,000 estimate. Right, moving along to another artist with a Russian connection here, we have a great little oil on paper by Marc Chagall titled Le Perroquet. Comes from a Long Island collection, actually a work we sold a few years ago. It's always nice when things come back to us. The work is being sold this time with a $3,000 to $5,000 estimate. And on the back, you've got M. Andre Scholler gallery labels. It's a really interesting peek into Chagall's process. This is sort of a rather unfinished looking sketch of a bird. I think a really whimsical little piece, quite nice. And above it, we've got another example of illegibly signed abstract paintings that we think are quite nice and are putting up with $500 to $700 estimates. They're signed on the back, dated 1976, so check out our catalog for those images. Came in during our walk-in Wednesday. I think are just really cool, minimalist pieces with really nice texture to the surface. Here from the same collection as the Russian carriage scene, we've got an absolutely exquisite Fabio Fabi painting of figures in a courtyard here. Fabi, late 19th, early 20th century Italian Orientalist, known for exactly this, scenes of women in Middle Eastern architectural settings. I think the details on the rugs here are just fantastic. These jeweled toned pinks, the roses that they're trimming are fantastic. Got this great peacock here. The work does have a bit of condition issues, but it's just really trademark Fabi. I love his sort of impressionist treatment of faces. It's a really special painting, being sold with a $20,000 to $30,000 estimate. Above it, we've got a really interesting American piece by Aaron Beaurod titled The Queen of Hearts. Beaurod, an artist we've been handling quite frequently of late, is best known for his still lifes, almost surreal juxtaposition of images. Here we've got a bust of Caesar next to this face. The work's cataloged as having losses. You're not really going to be able to pick them up here in the video because they're at the tippy top of the painting, kind of in the background. But I will point out that the appearance of paint flaking on the face of the bust here is trompe l'oeil, a visual effect, something Beaurod's a master of. So when you're looking at the catalog and you see losses, it's just little chips of paint that are at the top of the painting. A lot of those losses in her cheeks and in her nose are part of the painting. It's made to look that way. It comes from a Connecticut collection being sold with a $1,000 to $1,500 estimate. Across the office, we've got another piece that I'm really delighted to have in this month's sale. It's of course a screen print by Andy Warhol from the mid-80s depicting the Brooklyn Bridge. Really excellent trademark 80s Warhol here. Perfect for any New Yorker. As a resident of Brooklyn, I'm quite partial to it. Really graphic, really bold. Excellent opportunity for someone to get into Warhol collecting, especially now with the market being as hot as it is. Comes from a White Plains collection, and we're selling it with a $20,000 to $30,000 estimate. Of course, pencil signed and numbered down here in the lower left. On the other side of the gallery here, hanging above the Steinway, we've got a really charming, large, 20th century British painting by a royal academician named Bernard Dunstan. Dunstan's known for his quiet, contemplative interiors and scenes of domestic life. Here we've got a mother bathing her two children. Really tender painting, came out of an apartment down in Manhattan and being sold with a $1,500 to $2,500 estimate. Above the door, we've got the first of two works by by Girolamo Gianni, Italian Maltese painter, best known for scenes like this, these sort of panoramic, almost bird's eye views of Valletta Harbor in Malta. So here we've got an example of that, the walled city of Valletta in the background. Really well done mid-19th century paintings. We've got two, each lotted separately with $4,000 to $6,000 estimates. We'll move along here to nice abstract from the mid-century by a British painter named Brian Winter. Winter was based on the English coast in Cornwall and was one of the leaders of post-war English abstraction. His paintings were collected by folks like Bowie. This little piece is titled Bellevue Street 1, comes from a Long Island collection, it's being sold with a $3,000 to $5,000 estimate. Below it, from just a house around here in Larchmont, we've got a really fantastic still life by the Italian painter Antonio Bueno from 1952. Almost photorealist in its quiet depiction of paintbrushes, a tube of paint, and a mug. Really excellent, super crisply rendered painting. Bueno's still lifes are, I think, quite masterful. This is an excellent example of it, being sold with a $6,000 to $9,000 estimate. Below it, from a collection in Tarrytown, we've got a nice Miro dry point and aqua tint from the portfolio L'Issue dérobée. You're an artist's proof. It does have a bit of toning, but a really nice, more abstract Miro. Print being sold with $1,000 to $1,500. Another great abstract print here hanging behind this Santos figure. From the same White Plains collection as the Andy Warhol, we have a Roy Lichtenstein woodcut and screen print titled The Imperfect Print for BAM, the Brooklyn Academy of Music. It's an interesting 80s abstract, 87 that is, Lichtenstein. Quite graphic here, referencing sort of the Ben-Day dots that are a trademark of his more comic book derived pop artwork. A really great 80s Lichtenstein print, highly desirable from an edition of 75. The market for these is continuing to grow, and we're selling it with a $20,000 to $30,000 estimate. To its left, we've got a grouping of 3 works here, all in a very different vein. Down here, something that came in during our walk-in Wednesday from a Connecticut collection is a nice, probably 16th, maybe early 17th century Spanish portrait of a gentleman. It's obviously got a bit of condition issues, but I think a little light restoration and cleaning would really make it shine. Being offered with a $1,500 to $2,500 estimate. It's really, really excellent detail here in the lacework on the collar, and that sort of dour visage, so typical of Spanish painting of the period. Above it, we've got an early 20th century American pastel by the realist master William Glackens. Glackens, of course, one of the founders of the Ashcan school, kind of an iconic American painter up there with Bellows and Henry. And here in this pastel, it's a study for his work, The Soda Fountain, which is currently in the collection of the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts. Really great slice of life American scene here, figures sitting at the soda counter. Really nice. Comes from a New York collection, being sold with a $2,000 to $3,000 estimate. And above it, probably picking up a bit of glare, we've got a really interesting European school 17th century oil on panel of 2 male nudes. Really well done, great musculature studies. Comes from a collection in Long Island, being sold with a $1,500 to $2,500 estimate. And to its left, we've got the second of the Girolamo Gianni oil on canvas Maltese scenes, another view of Valletta. Really desirable. I think it's great with the figures rowing in the foreground. Nice bright Italian, or I suppose Maltese port scene there, again with a $4,000 to $6,000 estimate. I want to separately highlight this sculpture here by the preeminent 20th century French sculptor Cesaro Balducini, often just referred to as César. A Nouveau realist known for his compression sculptures. He compressed trash, cars, and in many cases soda cans, which is what we have here. This piece comes from an important Manhattan collection. It's signed down here on the base, and is a really great example of the artist's work on a nice accessible scale. We're offering it with a $20,000 to $30,000 estimate. Really couldn't be more thrilled to have it here in the gallery. Here in the main gallery, you're really going to get a sense of the breadth of this month's sale. If drawings by Chagall are a bit out of your price range, we've got a number of prints here. This one actually signed and dated in the lower right. That are a good opportunity to have a Chagall on your wall. Nice pair of watercolors on silk by an artist La Roche Lafitte, depicting a lion and a giraffe. Interesting abstract here by an Australian artist, Lorraine Gill. First time her work's coming up at auction as far as I've been able to tell. Nice little surrealist scene by the American painter Boris Margot. And a grouping of 3 each lotted individually. Fun Cubist paintings from a Long Island collection signed Baumgartner. Nice Isaac Pais clown painting. A couple strong abstract paintings that we haven't been able to attribute to anybody, but good mid-century pieces. Of course, an op art seriograph by Victor Vasarely. Again, here we've got another Chagall print, this for the Magic Flute. Nice poster, a good George Braque etching here, And above it, a great woodcut by Max Pechstein. Here's something I'm particularly excited to be selling. It's a drawing by Miles Davis, who in his later career, 70s and 80s, took to painting. So we've got a figure here. Been listening to a lot of In a Silent Way recently, so it's a real treat to be able to sell this. Again, more Chagall posters for the Metropolitan Opera and the Paris Opera. We've got a pair of paintings by this artist, R. Clarke. Not been able to find a listing for them, but really nice mid-century New York scenes. Here we're looking up Park Avenue. A really excellent painting here that, if we'd had space for it, would have hung in the front by the German Jewish painter Julie Wolfeborn. This comes from a local collection in New Rochelle. It's a portrait of the consignor's ancestor. Wolfeborn is known for her really great society portraits, was a leading painter in the sort of turn of the century Germany, but then ultimately was a victim of the Holocaust. This is a really great painting with a $6,000 to $9,000 estimate. Again, another one of those R. Clarke's here, a more bird's eye view of the east side. Above it, a Levier Parisian scene signed under his pseudonym A. Villard. This piece here has been a bit of a mystery to me. Came in during one of our walk-in Wednesdays, and I've not been able to make out the signature, but it's a really fantastic, probably South Asian modernist scene, and it's got Hong Kong framers labels on the back. A great large Henri Mike, bit atypical because of all this neutral space, but it's trademark whimsical lions and birds in the sun. A nice piece. Here's a great portrait of a woman in fur by the Italian artist Aldo Severi from 1937. And cool work that comes in from a Massachusetts collection by the American modernist Joseph Vorst, who was particularly active during the WPA. This is, I suppose, the bow of a ship, or maybe a pier. An interesting still life painting featuring a piano and potted plant. A nice Emile Groupé landscape up top from a New York collection, as well as a Dali lithograph from the Tarrytown collection featuring that Joan Miro we looked at in the front gallery. Here an interesting painting came in from a Pelham collection. Not been able to make out the signature, it's signed down in the lower left, but really, really well executed painting of bathers. And above it, from a collection up in Rye, a strong early American portrait of a girl holding a flower. This portrait here of these three children is from that same house up in Rye. Really, really well done, large, impressively framed American portrait of children. Got a nice collection of 19th century art as well, hanging here, including this monk scene, signed Grützner. The Brooklyn Bridge, a repeat motif in this month's sale here in a painting by Saul Wilson. And up here above this chest, we've got a great portrait by the Irish-born artist Daniel Mcleis, portrait of an engineer. There's information in the catalog about the subject. Nice early 19th century portrait. The face is really well done, as is the face of this gentleman here, in this 18th century French portrait of a nobleman from a Connecticut collection. As always, just seen a drop in the bucket of this month's sale. We've got about 150 fine art lots and are already hard at work on our July 10th auction. So please do check out our catalog online, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact us at the gallery. Thanks for watching.
Hi, and welcome to the June 5th auction preview video of Jewelry, Silver, and Couture. We'll start here with this wonderful pair of Continental silver candlesticks. Just a beautiful pair, would look great on any table. Moving on to some Tiffany. So we have this Tiffany pedestal bowl, and then the small Tiffany swirl spoon, which is quite nice. Above here we have a Russian silver and Plikajour spoon. I'm just going to lift this up so that you can see how the light interacts with the enamel work, which is really quite beautiful. And then on the underside there are some more detailed designs to the bowl of the spoon. So this is antique Russian 19th century. From the same estate as our Russian Plikajour, we have this absolutely beautiful Tiffany & Company 19th century flask. So you can see here that there is an etched ship to the body of the vessel, and this is most probably from the America's Cup, but you can see the nautical design. It's really quite beautiful, and this is estimated at $600 to $900. I would say one of the most interesting items in this sale is a Triceratops horn. So according to the provenance, this is 64 million years old, and you can see the color variations here. And this was discovered on a farm in South Dakota, and these differences in color are a result of a portion of the horn being exposed to the elements and the other part underground. But it's really quite interesting, being offered at $1,000 to $1,500. I don't know where you'll find another, but it is really quite nice. And then here we have a pair of silver plate Verdura pineapple form candlesticks. Just a nice little pair, more contemporary. We have a demi-tasse service. This is Danish silver with red enamel work, and it's really quite nice at $300 to $500. We have from a local Larchmont estate a bride's basket. It is in sterling. However, the flower frog, per the usual, is not silver, but it does fit quite nicely into this basket. From a Queen's estate, we have this silver plate and wood lidded vessel. Really just a very nice design by Consignor Provenance. This was purchased at the London Vaults, so the silver vaults, and this is being offered at $300 to $500. We have this Art Nouveau Continental silver tea service, which I think just has a wonderful look to it. I'm partial to Art Nouveau, but the line work is just so beautiful on all of these pieces. I love the edges to the tray here and this kind of wave design, and then it's accented by these, I believe, chrysanthemums, but it's really quite beautiful. And then in front here from a local New Rochelle estate, we have this German 800 silver tea service. And just again, the texture to these pieces is just so nice. So aesthetically, this is just top of the line, and this is estimated at $400 to $600. We have a Buccellati frame, so it is a smaller frame, but it's quite nice also with the original dust bag. This is being offered at $300 to $500. From one of our Walk-in Wednesday appraisal days, we have this American sterling kettle on stand. But if you just want to take a look here, again, the craftsmanship behind this is just impeccable. So we have this flower, it's kind of a slightly hand-hammered finish. This is really such a wonderful example of early American silver. And then we have some English Victorian silver in this chatelaine, which is just so sweet. I love these. This is one of the first real things that I auctioned off here at Clarke, was one of these chatelaines that I just love. So we have this kind of north wind mask, and then suspending all of these various chains. So there's a different design to some of these chains, and then all of these accoutrements that can be used to run a household. So little scissors, little pocket knife, really so sweet. All of this is identified on our website with additional pictures, etc., and it's being offered at $300 to $500. This is a Russian silver mounted Russian icon. So it is painted beneath, and then it has this silver riza with these silver crowns, and it is Russian silver. Really quite nice at $600 to $900. We have this grouping of Danish silver serving pieces. So we have a 2-piece salad set and then 2 serving knives. A late addition to the sale is this absolutely wonderful George III English silver epergne. So it does have 4 arms with a central cut crystal bowl, paw feet, and then all this foliate design throughout. It's being offered at $2,000 to $3,000. Pair of German silver candlesticks, column form to this tapered base with the floral swags. Again, would look great on a table. We have a pair of, again, German 800 silver, open vegetables or open bowls with cut glass inserts and kind of this floral design, again with paw feet, really quite nice and in very good condition. And now I will jump back and start off our selection of jewelry with an absolutely stunning David Webb 18 karat gold carved salmon, coral, and diamond brooch. But what really makes this brooch just extraordinary is the kind of modeled textural work to the gold. So it's just beautiful. It is signed on the underside, and this is being offered at $5,000 to $7,000. Unusual grouping of figural brooches and pins that came in on one of our Walk-in Wednesday appraisal days again is this so sweet ladybug and leaf. So the ladybug is a watch, the wings are hinged, enamel work diamonds, colored gems. I'm going to flip it over so you can see the underside. So the watch is probably replaced, but it's just so sweet and so nice and in very good condition for what it is, being offered at $400 to $600. We have a trio of 18 karat gold frogs with malachite bodies, $600 to $900. Same estate, pave diamond inlaid frog, but what really makes this one nice is his little in tremblant. So you can see his little legs move. I didn't do a good job of showcasing it, but they are en tremblant, little wiggle legs. Again, another enamel decorated frog with diamonds. We have this Tiffany & Company ladybug with diamonds and enamel work. This is a Garavelli 18 karat gold enamel and diamond brooch. Both of these are Tiffany. They are being offered individually and they're enamel work with diamonds. Each are being offered at a, I believe, $500 to $700 estimate, but double check that. We have this, again, this I believe is Martine, and this is an enamel decorated frog, so sweet. This is Italian 18 karat gold enamel work pearls, emeralds, and just a beautiful crafted necklace with matched earrings, and it is signed. Etruscan Revival 14 karat gold hinged bracelet with the safety chain from a local Larchmont estate. We have this 14 karat gold and cameo bracelet. Each cameo is different. We have for our couture, I'm just going to put this on because it's just so nice. I mean, this is a perfect summer bracelet. This is Christian Dior with 18 karat gold and bezel set diamonds, so round brilliant cuts. Really very sweet, and this is being offered at $1,500 to $2,500. So we have a grouping of miscellaneous figural brooches. These are lotted into 2 lots. So we have some roosters, cats, owls, frogs, etc. 2 lots, each at $400 to $600. Moving on to some lapis, we have this 3-piece suite, 14 karat gold, lapis and malachite. We have this lapis and gold ring. We have these 2 14 karat gold and lapis rings. We have this 14 karat gold bypass form bracelet with pearls and diamonds. We have this gold over silver grouping, so it's this hinged bracelet, but has a very nice color gem cabochon, which is an amethyst with these gold over silver and enamel earrings. We have this 14 karat gold grouping of ladybug pins. We have this 14 karat gold grouping of enamel decorated bug brooches. This is a very sweet grouping of Southwest kind of jewelry, Southwest and Mexican. So this is in the style of Mathilde Poulat. These are a very nice pair of Taxco sterling ear clips. This is a Mexican silver bracelet, but this is in the style of Elsa Peretti's bone cuff. This is a very nice sterling bracelet with the band of inlaid polished stone, and this is by Whirling Wind or Ray Morton. Moving on, we have a jade necklace with 14 karat gold and jade clasp. We have this pair of 14 karat gold and emerald earrings, suite of 14 karat gold mabe pearls and diamonds from the same estate, a second suite of 14 karat gold pearl and diamonds. We have this signed grouping of a bracelet and earrings. It is signed. I have not been able to identify the maker, but it is a signed grouping. We have this wonderful pair of colored gem earrings, 18 karat gold, diamonds, colored gems, etc. They're beautiful. This drop is absolutely stunning, the way that the stone is faceted. We have this retro or vintage grouping. It's 14 karat gold jarretier or buckle form bracelet with this matched or near matched pair of 14 karat gold colored gem and diamond earrings. We have a whole slew of Hermes. So these 2 are being grouped together. We have this bracelet alone, and then we have these suites. So we have a suite of this kind of green kind of horse background. We have a nautical with the earrings, and then we have this French one with the wheat sheaths. And then these are all lotted accordingly on our website. We have this lapis necklace with the ear clips. So really quite these kind of trefoil kind of ear clips, really quite nice. We have this necklace that is 14 karat gold. We have this 14 karat gold necklace that is inlaid with 100 pave diamonds. It is 14 karat gold, estimated at $400 to $600, but really just so beautiful. A delicate, very sweet necklace. Jumping forward, we have this little grouping of 3 rings with diamonds. We have an 18 karat gold and enamel decorated lion form brooch with diamond and colored gem accents. We have this mabe pearl ring that's really quite nice with the diamond surround. We have this angel skin coral and diamond ring. We have this 18 karat gold chain bracelet with the toggle clasp. The toggle clasp is really quite nice, and it does have colored gem cabochons to the terminals. We have this wonderful diamond ring, really so nice. Carved jade pendant with a 14 karat gold bail. We have this pair of 14 karat gold and Pietradura earrings. We have this petite Tiffany ring, so kind of this woven design to the band. We have this 3-piece gilt silver or vermeil Chinese grouping of a bracelet and earrings with enamel decoration and angel skin coral cabochons. We have this 14 karat gold brooch with an enamel decorated portrait plaque of a beauty. Next door we have an absolutely beautiful 14 karat gold and marquee cut diamond ring. I'm going to put this on my finger so you can see that it's slightly over 2 carats, and it is flanked by tapered baguettes, and it's absolutely beautiful, being offered at $4,000 to $6,000. We have this a little modest 14 karat gold and diamond ring. We have this H. Stern watch, which is grouped with another watch. Let's see, what's this one? We have this watch here. So there's a whole slew of watches in the sale, so there's quite a selection. But it's probably highlighted by this grouping here. So we're going to see this Chopard Happy Diamonds watch. It is 18 karat gold, and there is a diamond surround to the face as well as diamond accents to the multi-chain band. We have this very nice Seiko watch here, and this was brought by the individual who wore this during the Vietnam War. So this is estimated at $300 to $500, but it's really quite nice. And of course, any kind of history on where a watch came from is also very sweet. This is a Rolex Submariner stainless steel, and this is estimated at $8,000 to $10,000. This is another Rolex in the sale, of course, also stainless, and this has a shantung dial, which is intended to resemble silk, and this watch itself is estimated at $2,000 to $3,000. And I'm just going to kind of do an overview of all these vintage watches here. So there's some Baume & Mercier, this one in particular. There are some Cartier or Mousse de Cartier watches. So this one has a lapis dial. This is a Tiffany Atlas watch. Just a really nice selection of vintage watches in the sale. So if you want to take a look, we're going to jump back. Here's another diamond engagement ring set in 14 karat gold. And then for our costume selection, this is a Shriner brooch, estimated at $300 to $500. We've had quite a bit of interest in this. And then jumping over to some pens. So this is a grouping of Mont Blanc and Pelican pens. So really quite nice grouping, many with 18 karat gold nibs. And then this is a larger selection of fountain and ballpoint pens. So you can look at all the details of these on our website. Some are silver, many are signed. And then this is a grouping of costume jewelry. So all of these pieces are also identified on our website. It's quite the grouping, it's large in size. These are so sweet, I have to pull these out. They're nutcrackers, or I would think of them as nutcrackers, but I think they're actually clowns. But I like nutcrackers better, so that's what they are. And then there's just some really nice examples. And this is estimated at $400 to $600. Getting into some couture for the sale, we have this Chanel gilt or gold tone belt, really quite nice. We have this Chanel necklace with this circular pendant. And then we have this pair of Chanel earrings or ear clips, and they are grippoi. Really quite nice from a local estate. And then we're going to wrap it up with a grouping of Louis Vuitton. So each of these are individually lotted. So we have 2 hard cases. Each are individually being offered. So here is the well-known brown monogram hard case. You can take a look inside. There are some stickers. The interior is nice with the original labels. Of course, it's upside down from where you're looking. And then we have this more unusual kind of tan or camel tone with the Louis Vuitton border, but again in very good condition. And then we have 2 soft cases being offered in this sale. So the 2 on the bottom are 1 lot, where these are being offered individually. And that wraps it up for my selection of jewelry, silver, and couture for the June 5th auction. We hope to see you there.